My. Life has a funny sense of humor sometimes. I have something exciting to share with you guys today, but it's going to be me eating crow. That's what we're going to start out with. That's the appetizer. Those of you that have been here for a long time, or you've been following my podcast, my blogs, you know how I feel about forms in martial arts training and how much I have admonished them, slammed them, criticized them, you name it, I've probably said it. And if I didn't say it publicly, I said it behind the scenes. Mostly because I started out, that was the only way that I could learn the art, and there was no application with the forms, so it was basically this big disconnect. When we would fight and spar, it had nothing to do with the forms that we were doing. However, as life has a funny way of doing to us, sometimes throws things back in our face, and in these times right now, forms training is back. Forms training is awesome again. I can't believe I'm saying this. All right, but, so I did build this form myself over a year ago. I've been working on a book for a few years on Mantis boxing, and somehow things keep getting in the way of finishing it. But there was a chapter I took out of the book that has this sequence, this summary sequence. It's called Jai Yao. It's summary sequence of my system of Mantis boxing that I teach you guys. So every move that you will see in this form, you guys train here in this school. Some of you that are newer haven't seen all of these moves, but those of you that have been here longer, you'll recognize almost every single one of them. And if you don't recognize it right off the bat, I'm sure if I showed you the application video, you'll say, oh, that's what that is. Okay, I get it. All right, so I'm going to start you out this week with the beginning of Jai Yao, with the summary sequence, so that you guys have something cool so that you can work on all those techniques that you've been learning. You can still have a way to practice them by yourself. I'm going to teach you in blocks. This is how I taught myself to learn forms. This is how a lot of good teachers that I trained under taught forms. We're only going to show you 3 to 4 moves a week, and you can go and practice those strings, if you will. There are 4 roads in this form. A form in Chinese martial arts is usually separated by roads, and a road is marked or demarcated by a 180-degree turn in direction. So the first road is relatively short, and then they're going to get longer and more complex on road 2, 3, and 4 is going to be a little bit more condensed as well. The meat of the form is in the 2 roads in the middle, but I'm still only going to show you the first road in 3 to 4 move segments, and then we'll start to put those together. And you can practice those segments independently. The way to get better at forms is not more, not to keep trying to add on. It's about doing them in small pieces and getting good at those sequences, and then you put them all together to make it into one big piece. I'm not a musician, but I imagine those of you who are, you would practice trying to do a piece of music the same way. You would get good at little chunks of it, and then you start to put it together into a final composition. All right, so let's get into awesome forms training 101. All right.